Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by pt8 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay what you want tabletop RPG where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their recent release, Final Frontier. This is a streamlined sci-fi tabletop RPG where you get to explore space for justice, for profit, for both. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. A moment, please, while I maximize myself. All right. Today, I am going to talk about the recent Traveler Second Edition Secrets of the Ancients session that I played with Josh and Miguel. If you haven't seen it, and of course this video is going to contain spoilers, please check out the playlist in the description below. I think that the major highlight of that session was the intensity experienced through roleplay. When you play a tabletop role-playing game, that is, when you play a game and you play a role, you're always playing a role. You are the adventurer, you are the explorer, you are the soldier, you are whatever, right? So you are not talking to the other players, you're not talking to the referee or game master. You are taking action within the fictional environment. If you do not roleplay, you will feel blind, deaf. You will feel as if you have no tact because you need to interact with the game world. Otherwise, how will you obtain information about the game world without talking to no one, talking to someone that doesn't exist, such as the referee, the game master, the other players? They do not exist. The characters, the non-player characters, the player characters, they exist. You can talk to them. But how can you obtain information about the game world in order to interact with that game world? By playing a role, by looking around, by listening, by touching, by tasting, by smelling. If you want to understand your environment, you need to take action. I look around the cavern. I open the box and look inside of it. As simple as that. I sniff around. I smell around to see if there is a particular scent of note. You see, and it because you are playing the role, it is due to the fact that you are playing a role in the present, in the now, that you actually start to feel as if you are actually there. Just right now, you are watching this video in the present. You are listening to my voice in the present. You're not asking someone somewhere about what you are seeing, what you are smelling, what you are hearing. No, you're just doing it. You're taking action in the present, in the now. You're doing it right now. You're looking at your monitor. You're listening to my voice in the present. And that creates the intensity in tabletop role playing games. And there is even a natural tendency. Perhaps your mind feels a bit scared or considers that the situation is too serious, the fictional situation, and you will experience a sort of reflex trying to get out of the fantasy, of the fiction. Um, in the case, you could see in that session, in the most intense moments, sometimes Miguel pulled a bit back away and started to ask questions, but it is my duty as the referee, as the game master, to keep on that experience, continue, perpetuate the immersion. So if a player goes out of character, you need to validate that within the fiction. Perhaps the player is suddenly starting to lose his mind, talking to no one, like talking to someone that is going to answer what is going on. But as a game master, as a referee, you can describe. You suddenly find yourself talking to no one in particular, or suddenly find yourself asking questions out loud and no one answers. You see? And the player remembers that he is playing a role. He is no longer this player, this individual. He is now this player character taking on the game world. That intense moment at the end when the invisible biological biohazard experiment has infiltrated the ship and was attacking. You could see that the tension was rising. There was a moment when Miguel, but he corrected himself immediately. He said he wanted to do something. Like who want? Like you're asking someone that you want something, but he immediately like realized, why am I speaking about what I want? And immediately goes into the taking action in the present, in the now. And I think that's like I said, I think it's part of our psychology, our minds, that when we face those situations, we try to pull away from them. I remember 3 months ago, I think, when I was playing the solo role-playing game Vampire Hunter, the horror, the situation was so intense that I suddenly found myself describing the character in third person, when in that particular case I wanted to roleplay in first person. And you could interpret that as my character losing his mind to the point that he's looking at himself as if he's someone else. My character died in that session. So it makes perfect sense that during his last moments, my character was losing his mind. So overall, that intensity is so magical, and only tabletop role playing games is able to provide that intensity due to the immersion of playing a role. In video games, your mind is being stimulated by the graphics, by the sound. It is a very different experience, but in tabletop role playing games, everything is created in real time by your mind, and it is so real. You trick yourself into thinking that it is actually real, and that is magical. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was informative and entertaining. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Like, subscribe, take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jack. You are a professional game master, and remember, in tabletop role-playing games, you are not having a conversation about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you, and see you later.